Hey, what's up? How's it going? Welcome back. My name's Jasmine. My friends call me Jizzy Creams, and welcome back to my Abby Phillip series. But today's an interesting one. This is one that we all can say a whole lot. But let's get into it because today's topic on Abby Phillip, believe it or not, has to do with movies. And it's a good one. Just to let you know, I'm going to be pausing for short periods of time, throughout the video here and there. So let's get into it.
All right, so what is the best movie of the last 25 years? That is the question that the New York Times posed to more than 500 filmmakers, movie stars, and film buffs. So here's what they came up with. The 100 best movies of the 21st century. Number 10, The Social Network. At 9, Spirited Away. Then Get Out. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is next. No Country for Old Men. Moonlight comes in at number 5. Then In the Mood for Love. At number 3, There Will Be Blood, then Mulholland Drive, and their best movie this century is the 2020 Best Picture winner, Parasite. Some of those movies I have not heard of, just to be clear. But okay, let's start, Scott.
Yeah.
What is your best movie?
Well, on the whole list, I thought Anchorman should have been number 1 because that was the time in America when I guess that was the last time you were allowed to make a joke in America, and so they made one. It was Will Ferrell at his best, so I thought that was great. And then my runner-up was Moneyball, which is also on the list, but I thought should have been higher. But I'll go with Anchorman. It should have been.
Moneyball's pretty good too. Yeah.
Yeah, no, none of those movies are classics. Let me just say, I'm a Good Will Hunting. Good Will Hunting is probably the greatest movie of all time. I want to throw that out there.
Yeah.
Good Will Hunting's a great movie.
Great.
Free Willy is an amazing
Free
movie.
Willy.
My Girl.
Are we in the 2000s?
I know, that's why I'm bringing this home.
Yeah, okay.
Love it.
Bakari really takes over. This is like his jam. He really takes over in this episode, but he straight up was naming. He was going hard. He was just going to straight up name all of his favorite movies.
Okay. Basketball.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the NBA draft. I'm thinking about Chloe Kitts. I'm thinking about her boyfriend, Collie Murray Boyles. I'm thinking about everything Love and Basketball today. I would love to just sit back and watch that. Oh my goodness, that's a classic. Did you watch that?
Love and Basketball?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Did you watch that, Scott?
But what? Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm with you on. Love and Basketball is a great.
Different cultural ecosystem.
What did you say? What did Scott say? He said something about cultural. I told you.
That is very
That
true.
line is a classic.
Okay, Kierna, what you got?
Well, I have dual citizenship in Wakanda, so I'd have to say that Black Panther is among the best movies of the last 25 years. It wasn't just a movie, it was a movement, it was a moment. It symbolized so much. We forget now. Yeah. But at the time, it was pretty incredible. $1.3 billion in the box office, first time Black director, first time Black cast for Marvel Studios. I mean, hello. It was just so monumental. And that one line, "Don't scare me like that, colonizer." That stays with me.
A movie and a movement. I think actually, to me, I feel like there's so few movies that actually are like that. They're like cultural phenomenon where we all just like go and watch them. And that does, I think, kind of put a movie in a different tier. Now, is Black Panther like technically, I don't know what technically a good movie is, but is it from a technical perspective
I think
one of the best movies? I don't know, does it matter?
So from what I've read amongst some of the folks who make action movies, this does not rank in that capacity. But for me, as a story, just as a everyday lay person who goes to the movie and spends too much money on popcorn, I was fully entertained.
Tell me this question for the table. How do you all feel about Parasite? That is my point.
Right.
I'm not sure.
Never seen it.
I'm not sure that anybody around the table can tell me. Give me a line from Parasite. Tell me.
Yeah.
Tell me about Parasite.
When they started nominating 10 films for Best Picture every year, I tapped out.
I'm still struggling with. La La Land and
don't even get me started on La La Land.
I watched
Scott,
You watched it?
Do you disagree on the Black Panther thing?
Yeah, I think the best Avengers movie was Iron Man, the first one.
That's a good. I mean,
2008.
That's a legitimate argument.
But Iron Man was the best character, and they had the best actor for that, and I thought they did the best job right out of the gate with it. So I would have.
A lot of it is.
But Chadwick Boseman and Dora Milaje.
But I also, I agree with
Black women any day.
A lot of the Chadwick, Tupac, Biggie Smalls thing is the fact that you revere people differently. You look at people differently, and we look at people because we didn't even know what Chadwick was going through when he taped those films.
Right.
And so that movie was an amazing film. It really was. I think Iron Man was a great film.
Great movie.
But I think that, and I think $1.3 billion kind of speaks for itself too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But you're right about Parasite. I mean, Parasite is at the top of the New York Times list, and it was a good movie. I saw it, but I don't remember it.
Right.
I mean, I should remember it, but I don't. And I'm not a big movie person, so I have to remember a movie.
My mom and I will be coming out of theater, and I'll be like, "Oh, did you like the part with this and that?" And she'll be like, "I don't think I've seen that movie," and I'm like, we're literally walking out of that
movie.
Right,
so
exactly.
Make the list. You know what I'm saying? Okay, what do you have, Christine?
Well, I was gratified that Ratatouille was on there because I really liked it, and a lot of people made fun of me for liking it, so I feel vindicated. Yes, very much I feel validated in that. I was surprised Crash wasn't on the list. Description of, oh God, now I'm going to forget the name of it, Lost in Translation. Yeah. They kind of took a dig at Crash, so I was surprised that
that's interesting.
Yeah, they were like, you know, they said something to the effect of Lost in Translation should have won the Best Picture, but Crash did, and it's a endless Academy question. So then I was surprised they didn't even put it on the list. I didn't think Social Network was that great a movie.
Yeah,
I didn't get that
I kind
at
of
all.
agree.
I think it was the
It was like an
idea,
okay movie. Yeah. It was high on the list.
Very high on the list.
Really high.
And I wasn't sure if it was just that I didn't think it was a good movie or just I resent all of that being part of our world now. But
You know, that Ratatouille is a great ride.
at
Disney World. My kids love it because not only do they have the way that it moves
Scott,
with the
did you
screens,
see
but
that?
they also you can smell what's going on in the kitchen.
Seriously?
So they really maximize the Ratatouille business there at Disney
Well, good
World.
for them.
Yeah,
He
they
did that
really
on purpose.
did.
I know he
So
did.
on the list, though, Christine, what is your
Wait a minute.
actual?
Okay, what the fuck was that all about? I know damn well why he did that.
Well, you know, I feel the need to represent the LGBT community, but in all seriousness, Brokeback Mountain. I mean, that movie I think was significant, obviously, because of the representation it gave to the complexity of LGBT relationships, but it also was just not what you expect. If you say I'm going to a cowboy movie, nobody expects the next line to be about gay guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it really made, I think, people think, and then just the tragedy at the end made you recognize how far we've come, but still how much violence there is against people in the community.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of movies that had a huge impact.
Yeah.
It was very controversial in some quarters, but it was like a cultural moment for that movie to be what it was.
And the actors were heralded.
Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, I was going to say similarly for Moonlight.
Yes.
Moonlight.
That's true.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Actors' careers, and it didn't at all.
Yeah. All right, Pete.
Well, I tend to gravitate towards comedies, entertaining movies that are rewatchable and never get old. So this list didn't have a lot of good movies for me and my taste. So I decided to go a little artsy in my pick, and that's The Dark Knight. Because, you know, Joaquin Phoenix,
that's a great film.
incredible Joker, Jack Nicholson, incredible Joker, but I think Heath Ledger was transcendent, and that was the role of his career. Of course, we lost him shortly.
Okay, sorry, I'm not laughing because it's not a wrong or even a bad answer. It's just so funny that he said I'm gonna go real artsy on this one. It's so funny.
And he was absolutely impeccable as a Joker.
Yeah, hey, no argument. I don't think you're going to get a lot of arguments about Dark Knight. Yeah.
You know what was not on there? Wedding Crashers is an amazing movie because you mentioned there's not a lot of great comedies on there. That was really well done.
Bridesmaids.
They need to redo
that was a good
You should
movie.
redo the list and then send it to the New York Times.
Okay, so what should not
movies, then.
have been on there?
Wait, I just want to say, when I first watched this, I was going to make fun of Scott for not being able to gauge, like, whether the movie he was thinking of would be on the list or not by now. But then Bakari later just telling it's like a guy thing makes the same mistake because he's like, wait, is that it's just so funny. Bakari is so funny in this episode.
I mean, the 60% of the movies on this list I didn't recognize. Some of the artsy fartsy stuff, like I don't care. Like I'm never gonna watch this, and so for me, that stuff doesn't it has no impact on me whatsoever.
Well, I actually counted.
He only watches movies with white people. Notice how he's like, oh, La La Land, yeah, but he said, Bakari was like, did you watch Love and Basketball? He's like, oh, I think we have a different culture. And then Abby asked about Black Panther, and what he said, I like Iron Man or something. And
I've only seen 25 of the 100. So I can make an argument that 75 shouldn't be on the list.
Yeah.
How have I seen more than you have?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I thought Moonlight was too high.
Did you?
Moonlight was too high.
Moonlight was fifth, or fourth, or
So
fifth.
it was in the top 10.
It was in the top 10. And that for when there are movies that you come into that have a certain level of. I just recently went to watch Ilya, right? Phenomenal movie. I just went to watch Dora the Explorer 2. I mean, I have 6.5.
Right.
First of all, don't judge me.
Don't hate him.
Right.
But it is an amazing movie. They're very well put. Mufasa.
Oh, that's a great
Mufasa
movie.
was almost
He's
10
kind
out of
of
10.
doing a Scott thing, but like the Bakari
Moonlight
version.
it didn't hit the bars I thought it was going to hit.
I remember thinking that movie was extremely well done.
Yes.
That was one of those movies. It was a beautiful film. Like you just watch it and you just.
I don't think I have the emotional intelligence.
It was just very well shot.
You see that right there? That reaction from Bakari. That is what a legitimate straight guy that doesn't hate gay people reaction. That's why I was laughing so hard. Notice how he didn't complain. He didn't put it down. He didn't say it was weird. It made me feel nothing like that. He said, I don't think I have the emotional intelligence for that. It was the purest, most innocent, like the most wholesome reaction I've seen in a long time. Because he's like, I don't know. I didn't get that one. But he wouldn't. It's because he wouldn't be so interested. It's about gay guys, a black gay guy. It was phenomenal, by the way. I really loved him. Like the soundtrack, bitch. The soundtrack fucking on point. That movie was good. It was definitely beautiful. Loved it. But it's just so funny. A normal, non-gay hating straight guy reaction right there to that 100%. MAGA, all the homophobes. That's what it looks like to be comfortable with your sexuality. You're okay with gay people. You're like, you don't have to talk shit on gay people to not be into it. Good job, Bakari. That was a great example of a normal, sane, healthy-minded human being.
The movie that I thought was appropriately high on the list was Get Out.
Yes.
Great movie.
Yeah,
Great movie.
Terrific.
Great movie.
Cultural phenomenon.
You know what's amazing?
phenomenon,
Since we're all here, I think Sinners probably would be number one.
Right now.
Right now.
He means since
Right
we're all
now.
here.
I mean,
why wouldn't
I don't think it was
why
on.
wasn't
I didn't
it
see
on-
it.
it wasn't on the
It wasn't on the list.
because
But
it's so out.
Sinners is the best movie
I heard it was
that
really
we
good.
have seen from a cinematic
Since we're all here.
storyline, depth,
Yeah.
perspective, actors. Have you seen it yet?
No, I
Can
haven't.
you go with me?
No, please. I want to
Scott
There's your
Jennings,
content,
can we
Abby.
go together
It's
to
a
watch
wrap.
Because there's
Sinners?
black people in it.
I will
You
take
see,
Get Out.
immediately he said no.
I watched that on an airplane. I almost jumped out of the seat. Like, I mean, and there were a few of it, and it was like late at night, and there was like a few of us watching. I could tell because there were some people watching it on the plane. People were in there freaking out. Like, it was amazing. And so that movie had the intended.
Tell me
gotta
you watched it again, not on an airplane.
Okay, is it just me or like he feels awkward in his own skin? The fact that he's even talking about a movie with black people. I could be tripping. He could be just uncomfortable because he's not a movie person. Maybe that's most likely it. But I'm surprised. But I guess a horror movie, there's not much emotional connect. There's not much, so it kind of makes a little bit more sense. But okay, still that still counts for points.
Watch it. I would take.
Good
Me
job,
and Scott are
Scott.
going to watch Sinners. Double
That's
date.
funny.
Easy.
All right, so Scott, you
See how comfortable Bakari is being a straight guy. Like it doesn't bother him. It's fun. Scott over there, he's so like no homo. no
talked
homo.
about how I guess you said they can't
trying
tell
to,
jokes
but-
anymore. Anchorman was the last time you could. I mean, has comedy sort of lost its place in?
Look, I think
movies?
It's also not true.
our culture.
Hangover was after
Yeah.
Anchorman.
Oh,
Great.
yeah.
Was that on there?
No.
Was Hangover on there?
No, Hangover. Borat was.
But
Borat
No.
was.
I
But
guess
Hangover's
what I would
better than
say
Anchorman. I mean,
is that
It should be.
list because it's a cultural phenomenon. But I think the movies that you might like that are
edgier.
irreverent and edgier, they're just not, but they're irreverent and edgy. So fine.
I do think
LEG.
I mean, we have suppressed certain kinds of humor in movies and television over the years. I mean, I wonder, could you even make The Office and put it on television right now? I don't know.
Absolutely.
If you go back and watch some of it now, it's like, I don't know if they'd be right
Office, are you
now.
serious?
I don't know.
You
I mean,
think
could
it's
you watch
that
Married with
bad?
Children right now?
I don't
I don't think so. I mean, I'm with
That's what I'm
him. I mean, I think on both sides of the aisle. I think it's like Married with Children is. If you watch that late at night, I mean, it's on like dark, late. Like you got to be going. You got to wake up to pee to catch quality TV. right now, and I'm with you on that. I mean, like, Married with Children, it's not coming on at 7 or 8 o'clock at night anymore. I mean, but that's good TV.
Does it actually? No. Does it still come on TV right now? Oh my god, that's a trip.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
well,
Here,
I think that's the appropriate time slot. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
yes. For A, they used to put in that time slot so kids couldn't see it, which could still apply today. And B, nobody's wanting to watch that. So the time slot totally makes sense. It's so funny. Also, interesting story about how Al Bundy became Al Bundy. Go look that up.
The police come in. And
I don't know. I mean, I think that in general, television and movies, by the way, everybody's playing it safe.
Yes.
Nobody wants to rock the boat.
Yeah.
They just want to put
Sinners
butts in seats, which is why nothing is original, which is why Sinners is so great, because it's so original. And so that's really the problem. I'm not even sure it's that much about like not wanting to offend people. I just think it's like a lack of creativity.
I think I agree.
Wanting to play it safe.
Yeah.
True.
I don't know about that. I disagree.
Well, I mean, we're
like,
wanting to play it safe because there is a.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
sensitivity.
Comic View. We grew up on Comic View.
That's true.
You grew up on. Maybe not, but we grew up on Comic View, didn't we?
But nowadays, like on network television, you hear people dropping F-bombs. You hear like it's so on the other side, there really is a
Remember
lowering.
when South Park got the permission to our episode where they just said fucking shit like as many times, and there was like a counter at the top. It was like counting all the time. God damn, what year was
lowering
that?
of the bar. I don't think people are necessarily.
But vulgarity is not funny necessarily.
Right.
And I think we've replaced actually funny things with just.
Oh my lord. I'm sorry I keep pausing it, but fucking Scott, for the first time in his entire life, just said something agreeable. Holy
Flat out
shit.
vulgarity, and they're not the same thing. You don't have to be vulgar to be funny.
Yeah.
But I do think there are people in the entertainment business who worry deeply about who I'm going to offend, and they screen out certain kinds of material, and you know that ultimately affects the end product. I mean, there's a lot of movies going back to say mid 70s until today. Like a lot of stuff mid 70s, 80s, 90s. You could never make it today.
Correct.
You could never make Airplane. You could never make Caddyshack. You could never make
Animal Farm.
You couldn't make a lot of this stuff, and so now
On the other-
cultures change,
Yeah.
and you know ultimately it's a capitalist marketplace, and people have to decide what will sell. But right now Hollywood's not doing too hot, so maybe they ought to rethink it.
It's just that they don't make them like they used to. And yes, cultures do change and everything. And I think that it depends on what you're going for. Really, it really depends. And I think that really plays a big part here, because when it comes to movies, it's, you know, whatever your audience is, that's where you have to like really taper it.
Formula right now is nostalgia.
It's a long one. This is a long video.
And to go back to Top Gun, and
Again,
another
a
Jurassic
lack-
Park,
a
and
lack
another
of-
Mission
Yeah,
Impossible.
lack of
Was the Top
creativity.
Gun sequel in
No.
it? Oh my gosh, that movie was phenomenal.
So, Christine, you had a hot take about Ocean's 11.
Yeah, I was not a big fan of Ocean's 11 or the whole series.
I actually kind of
Wait a
like that
minute.
movie.
I wasn't there. I really didn't find this.
I didn't
Were any of the Mission Impossibles
but I
on
didn't
there?
really like
No.
some.
No.
But
Nor
I've
should
never
they
seen
be.
Ocean's 8, but I've seen all
I agree
the
with that. I agree
These
with
are
the press, you know, when they went around. I've seen all the interviews with Sandra Bullock and just all of them. I love Kate Blanchett, and then like Awkwafina, Rihanna. It was a fucking phenomenal cast. I didn't see them. I tried to watch those interviews for the Ocean's 8 movie. Sarah Paulson, all of them, all those women together are a riot. I doubt the Ocean's 8 is good, but the interview, all the press relief they did for that fucking movie is, I could watch it over and over and over again. It's hilarious.
I think there's a
I like the first
there's
one.
a piece of
I
this
mean-
conversation that we haven't really touched on. I mean, we don't know these films. But maybe we should. Maybe there should be a different kind of marketing apparatus that brings these. If these films are that incredible, and let's presume they are, right? Because the people who make movies voted and they care, and this is their world and it's their life. And a lot of these films that
True,
do
that's-
win
that's
Oscars,
very
when you
true.
finally get around to them, you sit back and you say, wow, I mean, that is a really high bar. These films are
very good
really intense. They're incredible. They have screenplays that are written by people who are of particular communities that we don't hear from all the time. So it's, for me, it's less like these movies, I don't know these movies, therefore dismiss them. It's more like, why don't I know these movies?
Well,
That's the
I think that Scott, when he said earlier that there's a artsy fartsy kind of element to this. That is a little true. That the movies
no
that
doubt.
picked
That's definitely
by
true.
Yeah.
people in the industry are inaccessible.
Yeah.
And I think inaccessibility to me makes it hard for me to rank a movie high on a list of great.
That's a great
Especially
point.
That's a great
Great
point.
point.
But I don't think
So-
that artsy fartsy is.
I'm not saying it's bad.
necessarily-
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that people's ability to actually enjoy
Yeah,
the
it should
film
just be
is a
accessible,
factor
artsy
and
fartsy.
is
I agree.
as
I don't want to
important as
think
other
too much
things.
when I'm watching a movie.
Nor do you
I
want
just
to
want to have fun.
Right, you don't want to leave
Let
the
me guess,
film
that
feeling
was the
like, wow, I am
Republican.
But also has to do with the artist. I know we're going down another path. But the other day I found myself watching 3 John Wicks.
Yeah.
Like back to back.
Yes,
to back.
I've done that before. Actually,
Simply
they're really good,
because
okay.
like he
haven't
is
seen
just
them. I
an
wanna see them.
exceptional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was John Wick on the list?
no, it's
Did see him.
okay. So
we need to rewrite this list.
so guys,
It's the New York
do you,
Times. We gotta rewrite a lot of it. Pete.
do you guys have any guesses about which movie stars had the most movies on this list?
George Clooney had a lot.
But it's not
Oh,
him.
she's
Brad
good.
Pitt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow, good guess.
Brad
You know,
Pitt
the
had
reason
6.
it's like Brad Pitt or Michael B. Jordan. I get confused.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I'm
interchangeable.
it's like a
Philip Seymour
6-way
Hoffman.
tie with all
Yeah,
this,
he's
all
one-
the
he was
rest
one
of
of my
them.
favorites.
For 4 each.
Oscars, so
Tilda
white.
Swinton? I
Yeah.
named my cat Tilda Swinton. Philip Seymour Hoffman? That was a true tragedy, and I do blame Scientology. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, I'm not anything like that, but I do feel like something fishy was there. But have you guys seen Boogie Nights? Philip Seymour Hoffman, he's like, he has a crush on Mark Wahlberg, but, you know, he's not known to be gay in the weird thing, but he tries to kiss him, and Mark Wahlberg's like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm a fucking idiot, I'm a fucking idiot, I'm a fucking idiot. Like, it's, the performance was golden, like, for real. Philip Seymour Hoffman, he should have gotten a Lifetime Achievement Award after that movie alone.
So white.
Yeah.
So good.
True. Very
That
true.
is
That's always.
Okay, the directors with the most movies on the list. Any guesses?
Wes Anderson.
Come on, guys.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, that's
there.
You know, Spielberg is not
Nolan.
even in the top.
Badass.
Okay, Christopher
fucking-
Nolan.
I love this
yeah.
list because
Nolan.
P.T.
Yeah,
Paul
Well,
Thomas
Rush- Rush Hour
one of my
guy,
favorites.
what's his name?
Coen
I think
Brothers,
he's canceled right now.
amazing.
Cohen.
David Fincher.
What's my
of course.
Rush Hour?
Oh, I don't know.
What? Hold on, I'm gonna rewind that.
Rush Hour's not on the list.
Well, that Rush Hour is not on the list. Okay, all right. A very interesting conversation. We'll regroup in the next century.
Those are pop.
This bitch just. Oh my god, Bakari, that is so hilarious. He was totally serious too. He's like, he's like Rush Hour, the Rush Hour director. Oh yeah, he said he was canceled. I think he was canceled. But hey, Google, who directed Rush Hour?
Rush Hour was directed by Brett Ratner.
He got canceled. I don't know. Carson. Oh my god, Rush Hour. It's just kind of a silly. It's silly. That's silly. That was a very silly ending to that video. Oh my god, is John Wick on the list? I love the car now, and he's like, I don't think I got Moonlight. So fucking funny. And then Pete C is like, I went really artsy on this. Okay, Dark Knight. Hilarious. I mean, is he this way at home? Can he say anything without having to complain or whine about something? Or, you know, refer to some in the libs or what? I mean, for real, dog. You couldn't just say this movie. You had to say when it was okay. Yo, he should have watched that Bill Burr clip where they're like, "Oh, but you can't say that anymore." And Bill Burr goes, "Yeah, you can, and you just did, and nothing happened. You're fine." Trina is so cute. I'm not too familiar with her, but I've never seen Black Panther. But I'm sorry, I gotta call it. Scott's racism just goes right over people's heads in this episode. I don't know if they're just letting it, but I think for the most part, it is just going over their heads because they're so distracted with the movies. But especially Bakari, because I don't know, I feel like guys and girls in guys' DNA, it's just different. Like the guy movies. Okay, when I was really little, I would say like, oh, Jurassic Park is a boy movie and Spice World is a girl movie. But I obviously didn't mean only boys, only girls. I still very much enjoyed Jurassic Park even then, but I still was like, I like it, but it's a boy movie, you know? And then growing up, like my dad would want to go see, I don't know, John Wick or something, and I'd be like, I would go and probably enjoy. I actually never seen it, but that's something I enjoy. But it's still kind of like, that's a boy movie, you know what I mean? I mean it from like a more childlike, innocent perspective. And it's funny because going based off that, like, the guys in this episode, they're just so, the guy movies, they're not able to differentiate. I love Kierna's self-awareness. I love her honesty. I love her straightforwardness. And I love, she's not afraid to look embarrassed or feel like her opinions are tacky or anything. I love how she knew, like, oh, this isn't, you know, it was a great movie for her. It was a great story. But the thing is, okay, they're talking about the 100 greatest movies. There's different kinds of movies, obviously. There are movies that are kind of more deserving for this list because a lot more thought went into them, or creativity or something, you know what I mean? But there are good, bad movies. Like, those type of movies, Anchorman stuff, I mean, those are great. I mean, that's top-notch like, totally great movies, but it's not, they're goofy kind of movies. There's not as much thought into it. It's more comedic, being funny and stuff. It's not like, you know, Eternal Sunshine or any of those. So it's something that would make an impact. That makes a different kind of impact. Although those are great movies, I don't feel like it would make sense for those to be on this list. And then kind of the same for, people are going to hate me for this, but it's true. Marvel movies. I'm not saying, I mean, they were great. I mean, Iron Man, I really am not into Marvel movies. Iron Man was good. I remember liking it, but that's just, there's a reason why those are in different categories, because those are kind of formula movies and the characters have been you know what I mean? Not as much thought went into that one, and it doesn't make as the same kind of impact as these other ones. And they're not exactly like artsy movies. These are more like life-changing, perspective, eye-opening type of movies. Ratatouille, that's a movie that counts. That's totally a movie that counts. I could totally see that. There was a lot more creativity and a lot more thought went into it. You know, that one, it totally makes sense that would be on the list. I'm a movie person, and this is one reason why I think Social Network got up there. Andrew Garfield, bitch. I don't know, for real, I don't know, but I'm kind of kidding, but I'm kind of not. No, but it's probably because it's about that fucking guy, and I don't like Jesse Eisenberg. There's something about him, he's like a little weasel or something, but he is a good actor. He's really, really good. There's no doubt about it. He's phenomenal. In fact, he might even be a little underrated, but I can only stand to watch him for so long. It's so weird. It's nothing personal about him or anything. It's so odd. But yeah, I mean, I'm surprised the movie was so high up. As far as the movie itself, like the plot, if it was entertaining, the acting and all that, cinematography, it was kind of whatever. I mean, maybe it deserves to be on that list, but I don't know about top 10. I don't know what was behind that. But you know, it's so funny that she mentioned Crash, because I do remember that. I do remember that Crash won the award, and everybody's kind of like, oh, that's weird, because Lost in Translation, that was like that was a big deal when that came out, and it was everywhere. It was big. And Crash was one of those movies that it wasn't even as advertised and stuff. And it was a good movie. It's like all these stories that came together at the end and stuff, but it was kind of confusing. It's like, oh, kind of threw people off. I remember that so well, actually. I had forgotten about it until she mentioned it. Okay, but how funny was that? Okay, this is where the guys and girls, this is one thing that the minds, the DNA, I don't know if it's testosterone, estrogen, I don't know what, but there's a disconnect here. But it's so funny that Abby said that, because Abby's not losing sight, but she's kind of letting it flow too. And that's just funny. And it's so funny because any other topic, Bakari would have caught on to it, but you know what? You know, Jake Gyllenhaal, he's really good. I think that I know that he's huge, he's a big deal, he's like main star, A-list or whatever, but I actually think he's a little underrated. There's certain roles that he's done, movies that he's done that aren't that big. He's played certain characters with like antisocial personality disorder and stuff, and he really nails it. I think that it just flies over people how good Jake Gyllenhaal, and I'm not even a huge fan of Jake Gyllenhaal, to be honest. I'm really not, but I do, when it comes to his actual acting and everything, I'm like, damn, he is actually pretty damn good. Dark Knight is it's definitely its own masterpiece of that whole, no, for real though, honestly, like Dark Knight, like when the other Batman came out with Zoe Kravitz, when that movie came out, like, why even bother? I mean, after Dark Knight, why even bother making any more Batman? Seriously, like, because, you know, me personally, you know what really made Dark Knight, besides Heath Ledger, because that's already too much of a given? Gary Oldman. Gary fucking Oldman, okay? Now, he is top tier fucking as great as one actor great can get. Gary Oldman is he's so good. And the reason why you probably can't even think of a lot of his movies that he's in is because he looks completely different in every single one of his movies. He was like Dracula. He was in that Hannibal movie. It wasn't Silence of the Lambs. It was like another one, a Hannibal thing. And his face was all jacked up. And then he was also my favorite to this day. Gary Oldman role is Fifth Element. He was like the stones he was like, where's the stones? And throughout all these years, and he was Commissioner Gordon in Dark Knight. He looks, I'm telling you, 100% different. And he even talks different. That's another thing that he has perfected to a T. Because when I first saw Gary Oldman in an interview or something, I was like, oh my god, he's British? What the fuck? I've been a fan of this guy for like 16 years. I didn't even know. He's so good. Dark Knight was really good because it was definitely entertaining. For me, that was a boy movie, you know. I was like, oh, it's a boy. I'm able to enjoy boy movies, and I'm like, kind of for boys. That one was one that I was probably able to put on myself and watch over and over because Heath Ledger did do just too good of a job. I mean, look at the impact that one made. I don't know if that one was on the list, but well, because I can see why it wouldn't be on the list. Plus, it's like that one's set in stone. He did good. There's nothing anybody could add or take away from that. That one was just so good. Let's leave it there because it doesn't need any more praise. Again, it is like, it's one of those DC whatever the fuck. But Scott, I can tell that he has lived a fucking straight up anti-DEI life. Okay, this bitch has zero taste. He has the worst taste, no diversity, doesn't even have a clue anything about anything cultural, anything funny. Oh yeah, Wedding Crashers, like the two whitest guys in the world doing some dumbass shit like getting drunk. I liked Wedding Crashers just fine, but it's one of those bad good movies. You know what I mean? It's one that it's just like a fun movie. You don't have to take it seriously, but oh Scott. Borat was okay. That's understandable though. It's not exactly like a dumb, director. It's not the same formula, same kind of production company. Borat was a little different because there was a lot of creativity was in that. Is kind of a dumb good movie, but it's different. Sacha Baron Cohen. That is even more of a good point to me. Recently, I can relate to that even more because I am part of the A24 Club. It's like this app, and then A24 production company. And it's so fucking badass. Like they send you all these like zines and stuff, and sometimes they'll give you scratch, whatever. But you get to see every A24 movie for free at any theater, local theater, for free, every single one. And it's really helped me. Like there's movies that I'm like, what the? I never heard of it. This is from a different country and stuff. There's one, I forgot what it's called now. I can't even say. I probably can't even pronounce it, but it was really good. I'm telling you, I saw the trailer, I saw the cover, and I was like, oh, I don't really get what it's about. It was fucking good, and that's why that really I can relate to that a lot. That really does make sense. That's a damn good point. And also, I highly recommend getting. I think the A24 membership's like it's less than $10 a month, and I'm telling you, they send you a pin and a little keychain. Oh, and for your birthday, you get to pick anything from their shop. I got like this everything everywhere all the time at the same time or whatever. Piano, music, but it's just it's beautiful. It's worth like $90 or something, and it's awesome. You get to pick anything you want from their shop, and I love it. I think it's so good. And then you earn points, and you could rent the movies. You could like buy the movies and stuff. Any A24 movie in the app, and when you open the app, that Furby and Gemstone. What's that one with Adam Sandler? Damn, I'm getting old. I feel like I'm turning into my mom because I'd be like, Mom, it's called this and this. Fucking Cut Up Gems or whatever. Whatever. That movie, okay, whatever. I'm getting off topic. I did see that Eternal Sunshine was like number 2 or something, which is that totally was satisfying because I have a Michelle Gondry tattoo. Michelle Gondry was like my ultimate favorite when I was in high school. I'm actually a lot like, I'm a lot like him. Very unique type of creativity. Like he used to do like Bjork's music videos and I think Daft Punk's first music video. I don't know. I'm pretty old. Dang. I just know so many of you are gonna be like, what? That was quite a long video, but that was a very entertaining video and that was really good. And I didn't expect that. That's awesome. Please like and subscribe and let me know what your favorite movies are, because I'd love to dig into that. Genuinely, I really would. I always think it's so interesting, the movies people choose. It's so funny. You can tell a lot about people, the way that they interpret things. It's just so interesting to me. So yeah, go ahead and put some movies down there. I'll let you know what I think and everything. You'd be surprised. I do have interesting stuff to say. All right, be good, be nice, be humble, and yeah, love y'all. Over and out.
They got your data, dumbass.
Do not come. Do not come.